Rayskull, unlike her sister, didn't care about the abilities that she would get by bonding with another creature. She merely wanted to make a strong emotional connection. And soon after she darted into the heart of the jungle, she would find one. Rayskull came across a small garden full of cute but small creatures. They seemingly had the ability to absorb the powers of creatures they came in contact with. Naturally, Rayskull didn't want to risk having her powers absorbed by these creatures. Luckily for Rayskull, there just happened to be one other kind of creature in the garden. There was a pink Mobian who was clearly too preoccupied with the other creatures to notice the symbiote. Rayskull slowly creeped up to the Mobian and began to attach itself to its boot, working up its leg and slowly covering its body. The Mobian naturally panicked, but Rayskull was expecting this. Her kind aren't exactly the most liked creatures in the universe. So Rayskull quickly created a mental link between the two of them. They exchanged memories, hopes, and desires. Strangely, Rayskull and the Mobian, Amy Rose, create a close emotional bond. So Amy willingly let the symbiote bond with her. In exchange, the symbiote increased Amy's abilities. Along with increasing Amy's already formidable strength, speed, and agility, Rayskull modified her Pico hammer. The strength of their form was only matched by the strength of their bond. Working together, there was nothing they couldn't accomplish. No task they couldn't finish, no enemy they couldn't defeat, and no one that could resist them. Not even the fastest thing alive. Or so they say. Terios had a strong sense of honor. He believed that if he bonded with the right creature, he could save the universe from anything that dare threaten it. So, he had gone from planet to planet trying to bond with any creature he could find. He had bonded with humans, Wisp, Metherex, but he still couldn't find a perfect match. Nothing strong enough to achieve his goals. But Terios wouldn't give up. He kept going planet to planet trying to find the ultimate creature. During an encounter with a race known as the Black Arms, he saw some vague memories of an ultimate life form. Terios was convinced that this creature could help him protect the universe. So for years, he tried to track down that creature. He finally discovered that the creature was currently taking refuge on a planet known as Mobius. So when he heard that some fellow Clentar were headed to that planet, he happily joined them, hoping to find the ultimate life form. After a life-threatening situation, Terios crash-landed onto the planet. He awoke to find himself in a city under siege by an army of robots. Smaller troops were attacking the innocent civilians, while bigger machines were toppling buildings. Terios quickly took cover to figure out a plan of attack. Every living creature in the area had either already run for safety or was dead, so he couldn't latch on to anything. Suddenly, there was a strong flash of light behind some of the robotic troops. A black and red creature quickly started to rip them to shreds.
Hundreds of troops, death-like robots. The doctor must be getting desperate.
Terios realized that this was the ultimate life form he had been searching the galaxy for. He recognized him from the memories he had acquired from the Black Arms. Terios was about to approach the creature when suddenly a strong flash of light shot down upon both of them. One of the larger machines had noticed the creature and was determined to destroy it. Despite taking a heavy blow, the ultimate life form was still alive. It attempted to get up, but quickly fell back onto its knees. Terios admired the creature's determination, but it was clear that it was in no shape to fight one of these machines, much less an entire army. At least, not alone. Terios realized that the only way to save the creature was to bond with it. Terios quickly wrapped around the creature's body, creating a stronger layer of skin, increasing the creature's strength and healing abilities. He even modified his host body to resemble those of the Black Arms. He gave his host claws, wings, and a muzzle resembling that of Black Doom. And with their combined strength, the ultimate life form was even able to remove all 4 inhibitor range without causing self-harm. With their combined abilities, they easily destroyed the Death Egg robot ensemble. Although Terios' shadowy new host would at first resent the symbiote, they would eventually learn to fight as one. And all who dared to harm any planet throughout the universe would come to fear the name Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate symbiote. Arcuni was a truly vile, greedy symbiote. He lusts only for strength, power, and fortune. So when he heard of the legendary Chaos Emeralds, he just had to have them. So he set course to Mobius to find the legendary Chaos Emeralds and brought 5 symbiotes along with him, hoping that if they found the emeralds, he could simply take the gemstones from the other symbiotes. After an incident with a satellite, Arcuni woke to find himself on an island in the heavens. Arcuni came to the conclusion that there must have been a powerful artifact keeping this island quite literally afloat, so he ventured out into the jungle to find it. After hours of searching, he came across some sort of lost palace. Arcuni looked around. There were signs that at one point someone was trying to mine the area, so there must have been something of value here. Then he came across them. There were 7 large gemstones. They seemed almost drained of life. Arcuni decided to ignore them. He was far more interested in the larger gemstone behind them. The enormous emerald was just seething with power. Arcuni could feel it.
It's beautiful. It must be mine,
Arcuni declared as he got closer and closer to the emerald. Then suddenly, stop! The guardian of the emerald had returned. You know, a lot of people have tried to steal the Master Emerald over the years, but it's never been a ball of slime, the guardian stated with his foot still on the symbiote. Arcuni was impressed. Despite his own strength, he couldn't get the creature off him. He decided to bond with it. Arcuni wrapped around the creature's shoe and slowly began up its leg. The echidna was in shock, but quickly tried to rip the symbiote off his foot, but the symbiote just latched onto his hand. Then the echidna tried to whip it off of his gloved hand, and the symbiote landed on its head. With every attempt, the knucklehead just spread the symbiote. Just as the symbiote was about to finish bonding with the creature, the echidna began to crawl towards the gray emeralds. With the only hand that hadn't been fully infected, the echidna picked up one of the emeralds. The emerald quickly sprung back to life. Arcuni could feel its power.
It must be mine,
Arcuni declared as he tried to wrap around the emerald. As he absorbed the power, the symbiote's eyes began to glow the same color as the emerald.
The power. The power! The power's too much!
Arcuni shrieked out in pain and began to abandon his host to avoid the emerald. The echidna was relieved. I really should use these super emeralds more often. Arcuni quickly slithered away in fear. He couldn't believe that he was defeated by a mere rock. So those were my designs and backstories to 6 Sonic characters becoming infected by the Venom symbiote. This is meant to be just a one-off thing, but if you guys would be interested in more Sonic characters becoming infected by the Venom symbiote, let me know. And if there's any other Sonic art-themed videos you'd like to see, leave a comment down below, but please try to be polite, not just to me, but to the other commenters. Have a good day.